Alright, hello. I'm here. I got distracted watching the Chris Chan documentary. I've been really getting into that the last few days. Totally close that the fuck. I had an email open for the coffee I'm drinking. It's an Ethiopian birdie coffee, but I want to get the exact name right. Here it is. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to fit my okay, my stream bot just crashed. Sick. Great. Yeah, that's a big title for coffee. I gotta reboot my chatbot now. Don't know why that happened, but okay. It's because I have this open. Sorry about that. I'm running some technical difficulties here. Okay. So yeah, just going into this is my first like just chatting stream. So totally open for suggestions. Let's see, there we go. You know, and eventually if we run out of like SCP and Backroom stuff, we can even like move on to something else. I think today's gonna be like a 2-hour stream. Start with Backrooms. Ooh, there's an iceberg video. It's kind of interesting. We could also go to the wiki as well and like read some stuff from the wiki. So we can just start off with just videos. What's this? Let's check this out. Because if you Google Backrooms, this is like the first thing that pops up. You know, this is pretty cool so far. I always like found footage stuff like this. What is this in? This looks like... I don't know what this looks like. It's a video game of some sort, or maybe it's like rendered in a certain way. Also like Grand Theft Auto. Yeah, I want to almost say this is like GTA or something. I have no clue. I haven't played GTA 5 enough to... It almost looks like it. I used to play it, but I'm getting out of hand.
18XL3, code 6. Can I get an additional unit for an open door?
18XL3 is requesting an additional unit for an open door. Unit to respond, identify.
825.
18XL3, 18825 is en route.
Which, you know, when it comes to like using other creative properties or other like properties to make your like creative vision, why not? You know? There might even be something about it in like the description how it was made, but we'll check that out after it's done.
Police department. Anyone inside, say something. Police department. Anyone inside, say something.
Police department, if you're inside, say something.
Yeah, I have no fucking... This is... Huh. I'm really caught up about like how this is being filmed right now. Oh! Clipped out of bounds. He's in the backrooms now. I've read a little bit of the Backrooms wiki myself. And it's like super interesting.
18XL3, I've got a hidden door in the back of the house. Watch your foot.
Oh, so they're like specifically looking for backroom stuff. Because he's very like nonchalant about it. I feel like if I ever got stuck in the backrooms, I'd be freaking my fucking mind out.
Fuck is this shit?
Oh, maybe not. Maybe he thinks he fell into like the basement or something. Not the actual backrooms. At least he has a gun. I don't know how well guns work on the enemies of the backrooms or the monsters of the backrooms.
18XL3. Anybody read? Fuck.
The reason I'm doing theater mode, by the way, right now is so all my shit that's on screen doesn't take up like too much of the video. You're gonna wear yourself out, man. It'd be cool to have like a backrooms game that's like as in depth as the lore is, like as like a SCP security breach.
Anybody in here?
Maybe there is one, I just don't know about it. I know Puppet Combo made a backrooms game back when that started getting like popular. Like a sleeping bag, it looks like. Yeah, a sleeping bag. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure that this is like the highest quality. Yeah, okay. I love how like the backrooms is just like it's a video game concept, just like no clipping out of a map, but just pertain to reality. Oh, doesn't sound good. Because I know, like, the more levels you go into the back room, the more dangerous it becomes. Whereas, like, the first floor, which is what he's on right now, is fairly safe. Though occasionally you can get some creepy creatures. How long was this video? Like 12 minutes. Reminds me of like some Lost in Vivo stuff. That's a cool game. If you've never checked out Lost in Vivo, highly recommend. Except, you know, the back rooms and vents, it's sewers.
Jesus.
Like a person? I can't really tell. This guy's moving quick for being in an air vent. I guess maybe he's able to like crouch.
Who is this?
You've seen this all before.
Who the fuck is this?
You have to keep going.
What's going on?
Nobody will find you in here. You have to keep going.
Because I know there are like colonies in the back rooms. And there's some colonies on this floor, but it's just like damn near impossible to find them.
You guys better not fucking do any kind of shit. Are you fucking kidding me?
Looks like he's on a different floor now.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Unless the first floor changes, then I just don't know. After this, I want to go to the Backrooms wiki and see like when the Backrooms actually like were established and like when they kind of popped up around the internet.
You like to play video games.
Feeling called out right now? It's fucking Backrooms radio. It's like a computer?
Somehow mine found you.
I don't know if I want to play a...
Good enough for you. You have to change it. Make it your own. Is this what
like Unity. It's getting like real meta all of a sudden.
is this what you wanted?
Just tell me how to get out of here. Please.
Joke's on you, you don't. Well, very rarely.
Listen or listen. Goodbye.
Uh-oh. can't tell what creature that is. It's been a few months since I've read anything about the Backrooms wiki. Even then, I didn't get into creature. Oh wow, he got out.
Rich, where the hell have you been?
He with minor physical injuries and now undergoing psychiatric rehabilitation. Timothy Parker was reported missing from his house shortly after the incident. His whereabouts remain unknown. And door was never found again. I wonder, it looks like that, I guess, was made. Police advice provided by Ryan M. Let's straighten this bad boy. Glad to see the reaction I wanted from it. Shame the only people I could bamboozle were the people who initially watched the stream. Oh, while I was under the fake title Dispatch. But the idea came to me late. I was trying to see if pre-existing concept expanded in a way that was unique to me. Nature of SCP. Oh, has this person done like other stuff? Oh, this guy's done like SCP stuff. Oh, wow, he has like... Oh! Hi Danny, how's it going? Welcome on in, everybody. How was the stream? I appreciate the raid again. But hi! Right now we're just chilling, checking out this person's Evan Royalty. We just watched a Backrooms. Well, what did you play today? Hey, Mr. Squishy, how's it going? You played LA Noire today, right? What happened? What happened? Here, I'm gonna move. I'm gonna. Oh, I didn't know that was an LA Noire. LA Noire is one of those games that I've started like 3 or 4 times but never like finished. Let's see. Danny learned darker things about the U.S. legal system. Ooh, yeah, I didn't know that that was like a thing, a subject that was touched on in LA Noire. Really? I don't know if I knew that either. Huh. Interesting. Anyway, let's watch this video. And yet you've cursed me with this knowledge, Danny. Hello, Thesis? Oh, I'm so sorry if I'm saying that wrong.
A field agent operating under the name Eugene Smith provided a tip to local foundation.
Yeah, you can only hope.
And requested the armed examination of an unnamed mine in the Yukon Territory of Canada. Due to the weakness of his lead and the possible danger should his estimation be proven accurate, the Foundation assembled 7 members of Mobile Task Force
Tesh.
Omega Orange to reconnoiter the mine.
I'm so sorry. I always feel bad when I pronounce people's names wrong. Tesh. Hello, Tesh. Welcome on in. I got a specific notification saying that it's a first-time chat from you. Is it Teshis? Is that how it's pronounced? Yeah, I've noticed quite a few things changed on Twitch since I've stopped streaming. Like the watch party thing looks so fucking rad. Like I want to do that eventually.
Smithy's lead is worthless. The thought still
Also, totally will take recommendations for videos if it pertains to Backrooms or SCP. Was Tashi, but I kept losing counts and adding S's. Fair. Get some grub, Danny, and try to not think about what happened today. You deserve it. Have they? Oh. I just learned about them on a podcast. Because they're talking about Evangelion, and they're like, yeah, Watch Parties is a thing on Twitch where you can do, like, Amazon Prime movies. How's audio? Can everyone hear everything? Well, thank Tesh for the follow. I appreciate it. One step closer to that 8-hour Deadly Premonition stream that I'm not looking forward to. YouTube could be turned up slightly? Okay. This is also a little bit of a quieter video.
You enjoying your work, Ross? Some days.
How's that?
Some days, I guess.
I can maybe also do closed captioning?
It needs like a buffer zone for guys who barely pass selection. Well, we're not so bad. No psychos in my unit. You should fucking see Alpha. TL, we got a reinforced door over here. Permission to deploy charges? Gonna need a heavy load for this one. Granted.
Kind of cool. I'm curious how this person makes these.
Fire in the hole.
I was curious if it's like Unity or something.
1-4 making entry.
Cool, cool. How's everyone's day been so far? Besides the aforementioned necrophilia.
You gotta be kidding me with this. Smithy was right. Government geological shit, right inside the mine. This is indeed a sign of a geological nature. Why hide it from the public? You afraid the Russians were gonna try to steal all their rocks? Fuck knows. I don't think anyone here is really qualified on the subject. Correct me if I'm wrong, though.
Doing swell, mostly very tired. I ate turkey and forgot it does that. I don't know if I have a specific food that makes me tired. I feel like I have. I don't know if food makes me tired, like it does some people. Unless maybe I eat like a lot. I guess ramen. Ramen's quite filling. Ramen will do that to me. Really? I guess I don't eat enough turkey to realize that. Oh, I was gonna Google when the Backrooms were like a thing.
Right hall clear.
Tribotan.
Left hall clear.
Learned something new. I would like to say the turkey fact was a lot more fun and entertaining than the other fact that I learned today since the beginning of the stream.
Okay, fellas, you should be getting lights in just a moment. Emergency lights are on. Could be a glitch, or it could be working as intended.
2019, it
Lord knows
seems.
how old this tech is. And unless they left in a
Oh, no.
hurry, I'll reckon they nuked about every hard drive in this building.
April 21st, 2018.
They must have left something behind.
Need a lot of fun facts to make up for that first one. Yeah.
Well,
Wednesday is the day of learning.
This is definitely the
The
boss's
learning
office.
day.
Overlooks a large open cave
Whether you want to
system.
learn or not.
From what I can tell, this computer was probably last used in like... Which is, I'm guessing why they ran this on Windows. However, in spite of this, it looks like they had a pretty good thing going. All the logs are
I got a new
imported
tag for
from every
Jack.
computer onto one shared drive that the higher-ups can peek into. Why not just
Jack's
dump
asleep
everything?
behind me right now.
Really didn't want people to know about this place. Guess we'll find out. I can copy all the important shit over here and just take
Does
the hard
everyone
drive
want to
with
say
us
hi
on
to
the way
Jack?
out. We should have enough space.
My dog.
They've got massive banks of audio and video logs. I could skim through them while we're here. Might give us a good heads up if you guys are about to step in.
Thought I should clarify that Jack is my dog and not some random guy I keep in my room. You guys want to see Jack? Jack! Jack, come here, buddy. Everyone wants to say hi to you. Here's Jack. Oh, such a good boy. Such a good boy, aren't you, buddy? Come here, Jack. Come here, buddy. He's an older boy. He's such a good boy. But yeah, I got him a tag today. I still need to call the local vet and get a. He's up to shot on his dates. It's just up to shot on his dates. Christ, up to date on his shots. It's just that he needs to get a tag for my current town, and not the town that he used to live in. He is 9 years old. He's a collie, and his parents are actually in my family. My grandparents own his mom and dad and brothers. Yeah, I got a few more years left with him, so I'm gonna try to make him the best I can. Today's probably gonna be like a 2-hour stream because I want to take him for a walk and then I want to cook tonight. So.
Dr. Mack took the liberty of visiting a local heritage museum for us.
Also,
a few scans of some of the old 19th century documentation. What I find interesting is that
I can actually talk about the indie games I'm going to be playing tomorrow.
The reason they stopped so short of their goal here. Now, I should clarify that
If people are interested.
Mild compared to now, but it does seem to be consistent with what we're experiencing. Mostly unstable terrain and unnatural temperature fluctuations. That's the short version anyway. Now, speaking of temperatures...
let's see, I'm going to move my window real quick so I might fuck it up. I will be playing... there's 2 smaller games that I'll be checking out called Night's Link and Paratopic. And the main one I'll be checking out tomorrow is Poppy's Playtime, which I've been seeing make the rounds on Twitch. And so yeah, those are the...
Ours have been flattening out.
Those are the main 3 games I'll be checking out. Yeah, I kept seeing it around, and granted, I've only gone off titles, but it seems pretty interesting.
Good. Let's go check out the lower wing. I don't think McMahon's gonna find anything for a little while.
Heard of any of those? Paratopic and Night's Link. I think Night's Link's maybe a little newer. Paratopic's been out for a while, and Poppy's Playtime is like pretty much brand new. I think Super Horror Bro play it first.
Good afternoon. Tonight's dinner will be chicken parmesan and spaghetti.
I want chicken parmesan and spaghetti. I'm making like a wasabi peach chicken tonight, I think. It's like wasabi something chicken with rice and carrots. Got some garlic bread to go with that.
What do you think this place cost the taxpayer? Millions? Billions? Not enough to keep them from discarding it.
Remember to consume your assigned medication daily.
I also got my new HelloFresh.
Well, shit. Here I thought Smithy was just taking us for a walk. Graham, take the corpse upstairs and give it a good once over. See if you can figure out
I'm trying to think.
You should probably give him a
Have I made a chicken dish recently?
Tell Bravo 2 that we need a containment team assembled and put on
I made a soup.
What about you and Quinn?
It was chicken sausage.
I'll try to stay in touch.
And
Codes are
then
gonna be bad. Stay frosty, people. We have certainty of a
what else did I
threat right
make?
now.
Memo to Mr. Gibbons.
Why can't I
from
fucking remember what I made?
I noticed you didn't put the new cover sheets on your TPS report. If you could use the new cover sheets from now on, that would be great.
I can like see it in my head, but I totally forget what it was made out of.
Got a base of water here. Must have defrosted pretty quick. TL, you read me? Barely, but send it. You're at the bottom, right? All the way in the back? I don't know.
Oh yeah. It was a spinach ravioli
TL, that is an entrance to a massive body
with tomatoes and peppers.
You're kidding.
That's really good.
Negative. They've got dive suits in the decontamination
I really
chambers
like
you
spinach
passed earlier.
ravioli. It's been a while since I've had it.
How about it, Quinn?
I used to like eat it a lot back when I was in high school.
Are you asking because I have a choice? Dive suit's airtight. Oxygen's topped off. Good. Let's move.
Ravioli is pretty good. So I live in North Dakota right now, but I'm originally from Missouri, the St. Louis area. Toasted ravioli, not a whole lot of people have heard of toasted ravioli, but toasted ravioli is so fucking good.
They age completely different than before. All of it appears to rot away within a matter of days. The team has yet to develop an explanation for this. The old samples, they last much longer.
Here,
These new ones,
I'll Google a picture. Ah, somebody else knows what toasted ravioli is. I'm so glad. Toasted frog. Oh, it's a toasted ravioli. Is this an SCP? But yeah, toasted ravioli. Teriyaki chicken. The shit slaps. I should make some.
behavior is just wildly different.
There's also another, there's a soda company back in St. Louis called Fitz's. I'm gonna order some of their stuff when I get paid next.
Just makes this all weirder to me.
Oh, hold on. You can't just flash text on the screen and not expect me to read it. The following has been edited by Evan Muir, who has been a loyal employee to this company for well over 7 years now and spends many late nights busting his ass to compile and edit these godforsaken videos, in addition to transferring them to a busted up VHS tape because his fellow employees can't keep other SCPs from fucking everything up. I've done this and more, but you fuckers won't even give me a decent raise on my bi-weekly pay. So how about this? If the O4 staff pop this baby into a fucking VHS and happen to pause it at this very moment, I want you to take this as my retirement letter. I also want Ted to know that I've always disliked his taste in music, and his wife is at least a 6 out of 10 at best. What the fuck? He also has an awkward handshake and pronounces again, which makes him sound like a fucking idiot. Okay, well.
Guy's been completely mummified. That's wild. Poor bastard. You need anything else? I'm gonna go check in.
Interesting why can't I say this word? Resignation letter. There we go. Jesus. Me trying to say that word was brutal.
Water's warm as hell.
Christ.
You see anything? Got a tunnel here. Roger. Let's check it out.
I wonder what SCP is going to be in here. It's called First Contact. What are they wearing where they can just walk on the bottom of the water like this?
Hey, real shit, right? What's up? What happens when there's an anomaly so widespread that in order to keep it classified, they'd have to use amnesiacs on, like, everybody? That's an interesting thought. But how do you know it hasn't happened already? Well, shit. I guess I don't. Jesus. Kruger, we're not gonna have nearly enough time to explore this place.
Let's say, how big is this facility?
Here's what we'll do.
Like, it opens up into a lake.
Up the terrain, bag 'em, and get the fuck out. If we can't find shit, let's hope the other guys can dig something else up. Roger that.
I'm kind of hoping this is like more of like a slow burn thing. We get something out of this. I don't mind slow burn stuff as long as it's done well. Like, I don't know if anyone here has ever watched Shiki, the anime, the vampire anime, but that's a slow burn, but it pops off at the end and it makes all of it worth it, in my opinion.
Returning from an expedition.
I want to say,
Found a small vein of iron.
yeah, I have that on Blu-ray actually.
On the way back,
I should rewatch that sometime soon.
Slashed. I don't know how. Holland came back. Bradley didn't. After Holland returned, something happened to him, attached to his leg. We intend to evacuate once Dr. Crawford turns off the power. The last I heard from anyone was they were gonna try to take that thing off Holland's leg, but nobody's picking up the phone. Now I can't find my pills.
I'm guessing this is like a don't know. I don't like how much fluid was, how much fluid I heard dripping. Everyone like my hat? My Cursed with Bones hat? That I stole from CG? Not actually, but that's what we're gonna go with. I actually committed the biggest heist of all time, and I stole this hat from CG and replaced it with the exact same identical one.
Shit, let's go.
Oh, the new canon is we share it, so we can never be on the same, at the same place, or be seen at the same time wearing this hat. Got it.
This is Bravo 1-1. Anyone read me? This is Bravo 1-1. Anyone read me? Over.
If I ever find myself in Arizona, I need to stage an actual heist of this hat now.
Bravo 1-1. Anyone read me?
Ooh, stuff's happening.
Oh God, it fucking burns! It fucking hurts you already, Cram. You walked, Cram. You're gonna be fine.
Please, I wouldn't even be mad. And I can't let you know I'm in Arizona. I gotta talk to somebody else who's in Arizona that knows you. And I need to put you in like a situation to where I could steal it without you knowing. Or very like obviously blatantly steal it. Like you're sitting in a restaurant or something, you just feel the hat come off your head and it's just me. That'd be such a great moment. I feel like in my head that'd be a very great moment. Because you'd go from a, what the fuck is this person doing, to a realization.
How are his chances?
Oh fuck, you're Taku.
Look, you need to get your shit together and come up to talk with the team. You good?
Yeah.
But I don't even stop to talk. I just take the hat, I leave, and you never see me again. You never even hear from me again.
When is contaminated?
It's all been a ruse to steal your hat.
And we need one fast.
It's been a, what is it, 4-year strategy?
Base 7 seemed like the safe bet. Look, a lot of shit's been dropped on us. We need to lay it all out right now.
I feel bad. I'm not even like, I'm hardly even paying attention. I'm talking about hat heist.
Killed by a cave-in, which means we're also stuck here until either us or Bravo 2 can demo it. Anything happened to you that you think might be related? The reason we cut Graham is because of
If I ever make merch, remind me to make a hat that says either whole stream crew to pull off this hat, this heist, exactly.
They're designed to provide oxygen going into the lake.
I either need to have a hat that says, please steal this hat. Oh, on the front it'll say hat heist. And on the back it'll say, please steal this hat. That's what I should do.
Speaking of which, Graham, what's your assessment?
Dr. Crawford locked himself off, probably for protection, then ingested cyanide. Pretty cut and dry. Look, I need to go stay with Quinn, make sure he's safe.
Go ahead.
I thought about doing merch, but I don't know if I'm necessarily at that point in my Twitch career where I can start selling merch. I also want like cool stuff.
Okay, but why is his body the only one here? I mean, there isn't even a drop of blood anywhere in this place, let alone another corpse. We can save it for the QRF. What we know for sure is that we have a biological threat in addition to...
I need to make coffee mugs. So this is the coffee mug I'm drinking out of today. I love this thing. It's like one of my favorite.
Remember to always keep your hands
Yeah.
well sanitized after handling any
That stuff, it's like, oh, I have like, I'd maybe like realistically start thinking about merch if I could maybe like average. I don't know, maybe like 10 to 15 people stream. I don't even know, who knows though. Which I have nowhere near that right now. But one day.
Hostile contact in the medical wing.
Oh, and by the way, if nobody saw my tweet, I am on standby for work this weekend, so then that struggles for anyone to buy this stuff. Maybe in hired. Okay, that's fair. I'm on standby for work this weekend, so that may interfere with the condemned stream. I'm hoping not. I'm hoping I don't get called in. I'm not going to know until it's happening. So the stream will still go on. It just might be interrupted, possibly. But I'm not. Cross my fingers I'm not. But I'm glad I'm on standby this weekend, so that way it doesn't interfere with like the Bloodborne and Halloween stream. And then the next day, a really big exercise happens, and depending on what position I'm in that exercise, I might not be able to stream for about a week, which is kind of unfortunate.
The mind.
TikTok.
Organism.
Come again?
Was trying to digest us.
Oh.
When Quinn took that sample, it released antibodies to kill him, like he was a virus. A contagion? Just stomach acid. The whole lake is.
Stomach
That's why there
acid?
wasn't a body here except the decontamination room. Filters in the vents were busted in every other room, so anybody who didn't wise up was turned into human soup. And then just...
Yeah, especially with my job. But when I come back, I will be playing my November. The first game I will be playing in November so far is Morrowind. There might be a second game that I might look into. I don't know necessarily what yet, but I will be playing Morrowind. So user 6712041280138 mentioned me in a comment on TikTok.
Today is your lucky day. You've been randomly selected to win an iPhone 13. Just
Oh,
in the bio to enter. Today is
I'm lucky. I've won the chance to win an iPhone 13.
Treats itself as it would a piece of tissue.
Oh. Doesn't have the branding on it. I have a Samsung. I don't buy Apple. Probably it's also a scam. I mean, I'm totally gullible. You need my social security number? Here it is. 111-222-44444.
Roger that. Good luck. This all goes to plan. I'll make sure the Foundation knows what you boys did here. Just try to get out safe. Yeah.
I can't wait. If I ever get doxxed, it's gonna be for my dog. Because my dog, Jack, his name is on one side, and then my phone number and address is on the other side. Pay for a shitty phone. Yeah. Clear out my entire bank account for a phone that likes to think it's in the future, but realistically, future-wise, it's stuck like 10 years ago.
You think that did the trick?
Okay, I know we're kind of getting off topic here, but I guess that's what just chatting streams kind of become. I remember when I've had Samsung all my life, right? It's just what I like. I started with a shitty Samsung moment. That was a piece of shit phone. And I was a Galaxy person for quite a while, and I recently just switched to Note. And I remember when iPhone users got panorama photos, and they're like, "Whoa, look at this! This is so cool! I could do panorama photos." I'm like, "Yeah, cool. I could have done. I've been able to do that for years now." I don't know. I don't really like. If you buy Apple, like, well, cool. Like, if you liked it, you like it. But I just find it funny. They even have a fucking notch on their fucking new MacBook. I hate notches. That's like one thing I don't like about modern day phones. I have the hole punch, and I think I like the hole punch better than the notch. Like the little hole punch up there for the front facing camera. I never use the front facing camera because why would I ever want to see my own face? I just, but I live for Apple. Hey, I don't understand the appeal. It's just like a weird, like, I feel like Apple is like the designer brand of phones. People just pay for the name. And don't get me wrong, like, I've heard Apple has some like really good cameras and stuff like that, but just like OI wise, I'm not the biggest fan, though I haven't really kept up to date with like recent Apple stuff. I just know that they sold a pair of wheels for like $1,000. And there's people out there who would defend that $1,000 for 4 wheels. Like they'll get the wheels and they'll put it on their like whatever that Mac was, and they're like, wow, it's so smooth. These wheels are so smooth. Oh shit. Fuck.
This is Bravo 1-3. Anyone read me? Over. This is Bravo 1-3. Anyone read me? Over. Oh, damn it, this is Big Man. Anyone read me?
I just feel like they brag about the features that everyone else has, or features that make it worse. Yeah. Like I understand like where Apple when Apple is like brand new and they introduced the iPhone and like the iPod and the iPod Touch and stuff like that. That shit was cool. That shit was like innovative. But like I don't know. Recently, not so much.
Fine. Where's the TL? He didn't make it.
Like I had an iPod Touch for the longest time and I loved that thing. Back in like 2010, but everyone, yeah. I don't even know if they make them anymore. The Pixels, the Google Pixel phones, I heard had some like phenomenal cameras.
Sergeant Francisco Quinn.
I feel really bad because I hardly paid attention to that video because I was so busy talking. But yeah, we're talking, having a good time. That's all I really care about. Does anyone have like any? Yeah, I had an iPod Touch, loved it, but it's the last Apple product I enjoyed. Yeah, because I never had a Apple phone, but I remember playing like a lot of games on the iPod, and I couldn't remember what specific games. Like, I don't know if Danny's still here, but me and Danny were talking about Cookie Run. I think I played the fuck out of Cookie Run on my iPod Touch. I didn't even know they still updated that game. I didn't even know that was still a game until Danny mentioned it to me when we were chatting. I want to change this camera angle eventually. I don't know what's more interesting to look at. I need your guys' input on this. Guys being a relative term. And I would like your input on this. Should I want to get a tripod, like one of those desk tripods for my webcam. Should I point it towards my bookshelves? Or should I point it towards my record player? Here, let me... I didn't know Cookie Run... Thought it was newer. No, I'd like played Cookie Run like... Actually, I'm actually like super curious. Cookie Run. Be kind of the usual. No, this is Cookie Run Kingdom. I don't want Cookie Run. Bookshelf makes a nicer backdrop. Okay. Because the bookshelves are closer, and yeah, bookshelves you can kind of do more with. They just fill the space nicer. Okay. Totally doable. I can put it like over here then. Over to like my left. Cookie Run. Wikipedia. So there's Line Cookie Run. There might be different versions of Cookie Run. Is there just like a Wikipedia release date? This is Cookie... Oh! That's why I didn't recognize the name, but I recognized the like... the stuff. It was known as Oven Break. It used to be Oven Break. And it was Oven Break back in 2009. Kingdom is newer, and then there's some other ones. And then it became Cookie Run later, I think, right? And then it was bought by like Line. So I played the fuck out of Oven Break. So yeah, that's why I didn't recognize the name, but I recognized like the gameplay and the characters because I knew it as Oven Break. I see. Yeah, because Danny was like, yeah, I think I will just got off work, and I like texted Danny, good morning. And I asked them how they were doing, and they said that they didn't have to work in the morning, but they stayed up until 3 a.m. playing Cookie Run. They did a Sonic crossover event? I didn't even know about that. Oh, I also got scammed. What was the name of that event? I'm opening this link from CG. Huh. That's actually really cool. I'm gonna like that. Danny was telling me about an event that was going on, and it's a scam. It's not a scam. It's false advertising. That's what I called it. Yeah, Choco Latte. Danny was like, "Oh, there's a current event that has a cookie called the Choco Latte cookie." I was like, "Ooh, I'm the coffee guy. That interests me." And then Danny's like, "Oh no, she's a chocolate bonbon." How the fuck do you have an event called Choco Latte, but it's a chocolate bonbon? False advertising. I got a little upset, if you could tell. I was like, "Ooh, I might look into this," but then was immediately put off knowing it was a chocolate bonbon. Still a very cute design, don't get me wrong, but the whole chocolate bonbon thing, he targeted just to piss you off. Yeah. Oh, I'm trying to think. Okay, let's go back into some more backroom stuff. Let's see. How do we feel about iceberg videos? Or you can go to the wiki. You can go to the Backrooms wiki and just... Because there's a lot. I didn't realize there was so much to the Backrooms. I have only watched a Neopets iceberg video. Let's see, I've watched a FNAF iceberg that was okay. It was kind of fucking everywhere. Because like usually the lower on an iceberg you go, the more obscure it is. But there was like some stuff that was like kind of well known within FNAF. By the way, Security Breach coming out this year. Super pumped. I will stream that when it comes out for sure. So expect that. Yeah, so there's like, okay, so there's like levels to the Backrooms, right? There's canon levels and like locations and also unconfirmed levels. But here's like all of the main levels, which like the lobby, I'm pretty sure is, yeah, this is like the original image. I don't know why that said April 2019. Some people really don't know how icebergs work. I saw somebody do an anime one and they put Death Note at like the bottom. Hey, can I not have like 20 million ads pop up, please? I'm kind of excited for that Dune movie. I'm just looking at the ad over here. That comes out tomorrow. I want to read Dune, but the thing is like about Dune is when you read the first page of Dune, it's like it just a bunch of like in-universe stuff that you don't know about. And apparently there's a glossary at the back, or is that the correct term, a glossary that describes what all those things are. And I bought it digitally, so I didn't know that. So I read the first page. I'm like, I don't know what any of this is. I'm so confused, and I just stopped reading it. So I want to get a physical copy of Dune and maybe try again. Let's see. How do I make reading a wiki entertaining? Let's see. So yeah, they have like colonies and stuff like that in the Backrooms, but the thing is like, yeah, here, there are currently 9 known colonies and outposts in level 0, but due to the level size, it is likely that one will not meet up with these groups. So it's like super rare to even like find these people. And it just kind of like goes into. I'm almost curious if this is like an SCP thing, and they have to like accept, like you can just like go in and write stuff and then send it to whoever, and they all vote on it, and it's like, yes, this is a new thing. Because like I'm curious who wrote all of these like colony stuff, or unless it was just like one person. There's like no credits, which is kind of stupid. Here, let's watch a video. I don't feel like I can make this interesting enough. Let's see how. Let's see the quality of this video. SCP really is a rabbit hole that just keeps going. Yeah, and I feel like the Backrooms is gonna get there eventually. The Backrooms is newer compared to SCP, because they're like on series like 9 or whatever, and I know they're not all filled out, but let's see how this video is.
You trip and fall, closing your eyes and bracing for impact. You expect to hit a solid wall that is directly in front of you, but you don't. Instead, you find yourself trapped in a dimension ruled only by
I really like these just chatting
the
streams.
carpet and grungy walls with the paper peeling off. This was a situation proposed by an anonymous 4chan user on April 21st, 2018, and it left many people intrigued. The thought of suddenly and unknowingly ending up in a completely other dimension to your own made many people curious of the consequences of said spontaneous travel. Users began to theorize and plot, coming up with solutions to a problem that didn't seem to exist.
I woke up this morning and I just told myself I want to be very caffeinated.
Separate reality, but for a while, people took pleasure in hypotheticals. Some users described the Backrooms as nothing.
Please don't
more
judge
than
me while I drink from my gallon.
infinitely looping office space with no escape, a doomed limbo for those unfortunate enough to end up in it. Others described a multi-layered parallel universe, with every floor of these so-called backrooms containing more and more dangerous inhabitants whose sole purpose was to find and
Yeah, thanks for stopping by, CG. I appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out. It's always fun to have you in the stream. But I hope you have a great rest of your night.
But this is all conjecture.
Conjecture.
What would it really be like to get sucked into the backrooms?
I don't know why, but that last sentence reminded me of the Burger King foot lettuce person. Number 15, Burger King foot lettuce. Does anyone know the name of that YouTuber off the top of their head?
In the description. I recommend that you check it out. It has much more detail than what I can fit into this video. But, to put it simply, there are 8 main levels and 3 secondary levels, with each level being relatively different to its previous counterpart.
Also, I know, like, I'm a fairly monotone-esque person. And you talk about it. Oh wait, I could probably look up Burger King foot lettuce and I'd probably get his name, because I think he also does like other top 10s that are like horror related, does some spooky stuff. I've noticed that a lot of horror YouTubers like this that talk about like horror stuff are like very monotone and very flat in their delivery. And as I said, it might be just the way they talk, because I'm also very monotone and flat in my delivery when I talk. But something I noticed.
We appeared on floor 0, the topmost floor. This floor consists of moldy carpets, dingy yellow wallpaper, and a few creatures called entities.
That's what, like, for the most part, all kind of sound the same.
Beings ranging in behavioral traits, with some being helpful or passive, and others being incredibly aggressive.
I guess you don't want to, like, you might ruin the atmosphere of your video if you're like,
hostile entities comes from
whoa, the Backrooms!
Scratch found on walls or on small pieces of paper, with the original authors nowhere to be found. Documented creatures of level 0 include facelings, which on this level are always friendly.
Okay.
Another entity discovered on this level is 6 arms, which is believed to be hostile, but there has only been one confirmed sighting of it.
Was it just called 6 arms?
Believed that you,
yeah.
for the most part, are pretty safe.
We're like,
the only thing you were gonna...
Nightmind. I watch Nightmind, and I like him. And he's like... I feel like he strikes a good balance. Like, it sounds like he actually, like, is interested in the stuff that he talks about. Like, he like, will There's like some enthusiasm in his voice.
You're gonna want to worry
Yeah,
about
the.
food and water.
I wonder if he like moves
Get
like a
lucky,
snake, or he's just
you may
like
end up close to a base like the other inhabitants of the Backrooms. But due to
just
the size
slithers
of this
along the
level,
ground.
you are most likely going to be completely alone for most of this journey.
Maybe it's like a
Water should not be
enthusiasm.
difficult to come across. Occasionally, you may find bottles of almond water scattered on the floor, but you are most likely going to need to extract water from the carpets. Drinking this water
You fucking what?
does not harm you, but the foul aroma and aftertaste is sure to
It's got
leave you
mad
disgusted.
wiggles. Yeah.
There are groups who grow and harvest mold from the wallpaper on this level, which is what I would advise you do as well. Unless you feel like eating the carpet, eating the mold growing between the wallpaper and the wall is your best and safest bet. It is all believed to be edible,
How the fuck?
aside from the disease-ridden stuff.
What? Okay, what does that mean? Okay, so there's a lot to unpack here. You gotta push. You can find almond water, which I didn't even. Is that a thing? Is almond water a real thing? I've heard of coconut water. I've heard of almond milk. If I can figure out how to spell. No, it auto-corrected to Backrooms, which I'm kind of curious about. Is almond water a real thing? Almond water is a popular European drink that is finding a home in the States. How do you get almond water? I understand how you get milk from almonds. How do you get water from almonds? Hold on. I'm gonna bring this up on the screen. I want you all to see this. Almond water, Victoria's Kitchen sweet almond water, but it's also flavored with coconut. So there's coconut, mint, and licorice in original, which is with vanilla and rose. So it's not like maybe. Hold on, let's find a Wikipedia page. It seems like Victoria's. It's also an Amazon. Can I buy almond water? Currently unavailable. Hold on. Can I buy almond water? I specifically want that brand. The Victoria's, like, whatever. No. At least not on here. I want to hunt down some almond water. I'll drink some almond water live on stream. Here. Victoria's Kitchen store. It's all currently unavailable. I wonder why. Oh! This was like a Shark Tank thing. I wonder if they went under. Oh yeah, Shark Tank. I didn't even see that. Also makes a good mixer for rum. How is it made? How to make? Because I like almonds. Milk, almond milk. Almond water recipe. 500 milliliters of mineral water. 750 grams of sugar. Almond extract. 100 grams of raw silvered almonds. Cheesecloth. Well, I thought that the whole like cheesecloth thing was to also that's how you make almond milk. So wait, what? How do you make almond? Now I'm confused. How do you make almond milk? Soak almonds for 2 days, drain and rinse. Almonds in water and blender in a food processor. Blend at the highest speed and strain the almonds. Press all the almond milk from the almond meal. Sweeten to taste. Is it just like maybe more water? Maybe there's less water in the almond milk. Tap water, sit for an hour. So you're not letting it sit for as long. Does milliliters convert to grams? Well, is milliliters the same as grams? Because when I'm the only reason that I know reference in grams because I make coffee in grams, and I think it's the same thing. Which 500 milliliters of, hold on, 500 milliliters to grams. I know it's probably not the correct conversion. It's a 1-to-1. Okay. Also, I love how I typed in 500 milliliters to grams and it's giving me gram to pound. Yeah, okay, so it is a 1-to-1. I drink 500 grams of coffee today. And like this cup here, which is probably about like an 8-ounce cup, it got me, I think, about 2 to 3 cups, which I usually don't drink that much. I drink like half that. 100 grams of fucking sugar for 500, like, let's see. Sorry, this is a little, like, I have a 500, if you can see that. I don't know if you can. Sorry, this is a little dirty. It had coffee in it. That's a 500 gram mark, so it's like about up to here on this carafe. That's not a lot, and that's 100 fucking grams of cane sugar. That's so much. This just seems like the lazy version of almond milk. If you wanted to make almond milk, I'm getting into a whole tangent about almond water because of the Backrooms. Which is bizarre. Yeah. Huh. So you can find bottles of almond water. What happened to that almond water company? Are they out of business or is it just not available on Amazon? They just not sell it on Amazon anymore. Victoria's Kitchen almond water. This was a new thing. This was in August. Oh, they don't have like their own thing. Was it not acquired? They're out of business. I can see why. No deal, no shark. Acquired and out of business. I wonder if they're acquired by like somebody else who wasn't a shark. We're getting into like so many different things right now. We're falling down a rabbit hole of what I didn't think we would fall down the rabbit hole. We're learning about almond water. Learning all about almond water. It just seems like a lazy version of almond milk. That's just so sugary. And also, other flavors are in it, so you can't taste the almonds. You might as well just take a glass of water, put all that sugar in it, some almond extract, and then like the rose and vanilla. There's really no point. Would it even like matter if you soaked? Because like at least with the almond milk, it's like you soak it for like a whole day or whatever, or a day or two. With the almond water recipe that we were just looking at, it's an hour. I feel like that wouldn't even do anything. I need to make that fucking god-awful pizza. The platoon... oh, what was that called? I think Cygnus told me the name of that pizza when I was talking about it on Twitter. Also, I didn't say it while CG was here, unfortunately, but that new button I think they have, I think it's a button for the misgendering thing, is absolutely hilarious, and I love it. It makes me want to make something like that. Obviously, you know, people aren't going to misgender me, but just something similar in that vein. I thought it was fucking hilarious. Sorry, we'll eventually get there. It's from Pennsylvania. The pizza. I gotta go scroll past my Halloween stuff. Oh, here it is. Altoona. We need to talk about Altoona pizza. This is considered horror. Yeah, it was so good. Look at this. Look at this. They call this pizza in Pennsylvania. Look at this shit. So, okay, so I need to do a cooking stream now where I make almond water and Altoona style pizza. It's like sub bread with, I don't know what, probably tomato sauce, and then just like a slap of American cheese and maybe either bell peppers or jalapenos. Green peppers. It's green pepper, salami, and yellow American. Okay, so I need to make this. This is Altoona pizza. And this shit is like this is the tweet I saw. Oh, no. It wasn't this tweet. It was here, I'll just bring up my Twitter. It was this tweet. And I retweeted and I said, I want to make this because it looks so low effort and I want to know how it tastes. And then I think I saw this because Mike like retweeted it and made like a comment, and I replied to that, and I retweeted it myself. And then Cygnus was like, told me what it was called. Yeah, there's Mike's. There's my reply. I said this is the kind of thing you make in the microwave at 2 a.m. If I was sold this, I don't know what I'd do. I would probably hit somebody if I was sold this. It's way better than you think from looks of the pics. I'm gonna make this. I'm gonna get 2 tripods. I'm gonna get one for my webcam, and I'm gonna get one for my phone. And I'm going to do a stream where I cook this. It's probably gonna be a November thing. I'm gonna cook this, and I'm gonna make almond water. And we'll have a phenomenal time. And I'm just gonna hate life altogether, and hopefully there's some entertainment out of that. Cool new stream idea. I can't imagine paying money for that. It looks like the kind of thing you. Yeah, I know. It's like the thing where it's just like. So for me, I work nights. Where's Mill if you're letting good speed? Yeah. I work nights, so I work 10 p.m. to like 6 a.m. right? So on the weekends, I am awake all night, and so places close, and that's like the exact that's my exact thought process behind that. That's the kind of thing where you like go down, nothing's open, you don't really have enough to cook, so you just like find random stuff and just slap it together. Oh, I'd like a pizza right now, but all I have is this like sub bread, some tomato sauce, the salami, green pepper, and American cheese. That's so messed up. Oh, I wish Danny was here. I would love to hear Danny's input on Altoona style pizza.
And should keep your nutrition high enough to come across.
I might DM them on Discord later.
Level 1.
Oh, also eating the mold.
So.
Why is this not working? Why does it want to grab the hello? What the fuck feature is this? I didn't even know that was a thing.
Entities on this level include dullers, hounds, and skin stealers. All of.
Okay, we also need to go back to the thing where he says.
Safest bed. It is all believed to be edible, aside from the disease-ridden stuff.
So he talks about eating the mold between the wallpaper and the wall. Yeah, I didn't even know that, because I was trying to play it or pause it, whatever which one, and I was like, why does it say that I'm dragging something? And I just decided to move my mouse around, and I guess I can just, this is a thing you can do now. How the fuck do you know if it's disease ridden? It's mold. How can you be like, yeah, it's safe to eat the mold, except the mold that's disease-ridden? How do you tell the difference? What is the difference between disease-ridden mold and mold?
And should keep your nutrition high enough to either come across an outpost or find the entrance to level 1. Level
We're
1
learning
is called the level
so many a variety of things today.
There are many more
Have
entities
any
on
of them
this
been
level
helpful?
than previous, although the appearance is
No.
relatively small. Entities on this level include dullers, hounds, and skin stealers, all of which are believed to be
How much left do we have in this video? I think after this video, I'm going to take a short break and go use the restroom.
keep your sanity high, as
No,
most
by
of
the
creatures
smell.
feed on those with low or questionable sanity levels.
Maybe black
Food and water
mold. You can't eat the black
situation on
mold,
this
but
level is
anything
very
else you can
similar
eat.
to the previous, but your key to surviving this lair is going to be avoiding the hounds. Hounds are human-like creatures that crawl on all fours and become immediately hostile towards any human that they see.
Oh, fuck that.
Coming across a hound is going to put you in a life or death situation, so you need to think quickly. Hounds,
It's like a fine wine.
become
You like-
temporarily intimidated by being
I don't know.
stared at by a human.
I was going to say you swirl it, but I don't think you could swirl mold. Sorry, I just made myself gag thinking about that. I'm sorry you had to see that.
Another threat on this level is the skin stealers. These normally docile creatures, when hungry, become extremely aggressive and will consume any living being they come across. They will then wear their flesh on top of their own as a sort of costume, and will begin to mimic the voice of the last person they slayed.
Oh, fuck that.
If you hear cries or any human noises that sound like they're being faked, or you meet a survivor who is not very talkative or can't hold a conversation, immediately turn around and head in the other direction. This will be your best bet for survival. If absolutely necessary, it is possible to survive an encounter with one. If they are not hungry, which they usually aren't, they will be docile unless aggravated. You can mostly pass by them safely, but it is recommended to get as far away from it as you can after you get to where you need to go. Eventually, after wandering for long enough, you should come across an entrance to level 2. Level 2, as described by the wiki, consists of mainly dark, grey concrete maintenance tunnels stretching
I wonder,
on for
like,
millions of miles. The walls are lined with pipes and occasionally
Yeah, it's one of those
ventilation
things where it's
ducts,
like,
which
I'm
often
curious
contain a
who
thick,
wrote all
viscous
this.
black fluid. Doors can sometimes be found, but most are locked.
And like what the
or leave open
process
ended.
is to like get stuff onto the
These rooms
wiki.
typically house shelves with random assortments of objects. Occasionally,
You know what?
computers.
Actually, I cannot wait until this video is over. I don't think I can wait 10 more minutes. So I'm going to go to my BRB screen and I'll be right back. I'm going to go use the restroom and then maybe get a snack. But all right, I'll be right back.
I want your everything. We still the part of you. If you think you can fuck with me, you got to lose. I want to taste your love. You think you want to kill you if you try to run your mind and mine alone.
But need an apple bum, miss a night for two. I see you got it going on, very nice of you. Well, let her taste your fruit. Heard you got the juice, love nectar, and it surely feels the grove. Wanna hang around me, you can catch that nose. Neck to your thigh, I can make that loose. Add rope in a tie, let me gift wrap you. Me in your life will complete that. So, word, cool, yeah, that's on Derek. Kill me if I run, but I love when you're scary. Huh? Fishnet lace and thigh highs, nice ties. My cat lives while petting my bride. Word, she stays shopping for more, screaming Segoy. No wonder that she fit in the story. Titties thick in the plot where the ends are more. They soft, I wait for my Monica toy. My love.
Your everything. We still the part of you. If you think you can fuck with me, you got to lose. I want to taste your love. You think you want to kill you if you try to run your mind and mine alone.
Twin tail love, her hairstyle maze. Become my gal, I can be your brace. Rock your boat, can you anchor me? Hold me down to get the air I brave. Word, Ain't showboating what cheap fairy says. Loving world where Aphrodite come meet Aries. Kiss fairies, you cherry bomb. My lips clearly mine alone. How you feel, right? A word, she my very own. Your nigga side. Got so jealous of the stars that she blew up the sky. Me, you and I hope you and me can be together. Searching for some booty, I say you'll be my treasure. Commence a vocal if you try to rush. Break your touch, don't worry, I can make that crush. Hey, now you bite me to convey your lust. She a vampire lover till the day she does, my love.
You're everything, every single part of you. If you think you can back with me, you're going to lose. I want to taste your love, anything you want to. I'll kill you if you try to run near mine and mine alone. I want your everything, every single part of you. If you think you can back with me, you're going to lose. I want to taste your love, anything you want to. I'll kill you if you try to run near mine and mine alone.
Banana apple bun, miss a night for two. I see you got it going on, very nice of you. Well, let her taste the fruit. Heard you got the juice, love nectar, and it surely feels the grove. Wanna hang around me, you can catch that nose. Neck to your thigh, I can make that loose. Add rope in a tie, let me gift wrap you. Me and your life will complete that. So, word, cool, yeah, that's on Derek. Kill me if I run, but I love when you're scary. Huh, fishnet lace and thigh highs, nice ties. My cat lives while petting my bride. Word, she stays shopping for more, screaming Sequoia. No wonder that she fit in the story. Titties thick in the plot, where the ends are more. They soft, far away from my Monica Tour. My love.
You're everything, every single part of you. If you think you can back with me, you're going to lose. I want to taste your love, anything you want to. I'll kill you if you try to run near mine and mine alone.
Twin tail love, her hair side maze. Become my gal, I can be your brace. Rock your boat, can you anchor me? Hold me down to get the air I breathe. Word, ain't showboating what cheap fairy says. Loving world where Aphrodite come meet Aries. Kiss fairies, you cherry bomb. My lips clearly mine alone. How you feel, right? A word, she my very own. Your nigga side. Got so jealous of the stars that she blew up the sky. Me, you and I hope you and me can be together. Searching for some booty, I say you'll be my treasure. Commence a vocal if you try to rush. Break your touch, don't worry, I can make that crush. Hey, now you bite me to convey your lust. She a vampire lover till the day she does, my love.
You're everything, every single part of you. If you think you can back with me, you're going to lose. I want to taste your love, anything you want to. I'll kill you if you try to run near mine and mine alone. I want your everything, every single part of you. If you think you can back with me, you're going to lose. I want to taste your love, anything you want to. I'll kill you if you try to run near mine and mine alone.
Banana apple bun, miss a night for two. I see you got it going on, very nice of you. Well, let her taste the fruit. Heard you got the juice, love nectar, and it surely fills the grove. Wanna hang around me, you can catch that nose. Neck to your thigh, I can make that loose. Add rope and a tie, let me gift wrap yo. Me in your life will complete that. So, word, cool, yeah, that's on Derek. Kill me if I run, but I love when you're scary. Huh? Fishnet lace and thigh highs, nice ties. My cat lives while petting my bride. Word, she stays shopping for more, screaming Sequoia. No wonder that she fit in the story. Titties thick in the plot where the ends are more. They soft, I wait for my Monica toy. My life.
Oak doke, I'm back. I got kind of distracted watching TikTok. Here's the thing, right? I went from a person who is like, never gonna watch TikTok in my life. I don't get it. To that is like, while I'm in bed, I just scroll through TikTok now. And there's some funny stuff on there. There's some really good stuff on there. Thank you. What the fuck? Oh. So you see this? Is my okay? So you see that little like white dot in the background? I thought that was my cursor. I went to go click to play the video, and one of my tabs up here changed. And I was like, "What the fuck just happened?" And hi, Jack. And he jingles now because I got him this new tag. And yeah, it was just a moment of confusion for a second. But yeah, I don't know if I'll be like addicted to TikTok. I don't know if I'll like ever. I hopefully won't be to the point where I get like addicted and I just don't do anything else. Right now, what I'm watching the Chris Chan documentary right now, and I'm on what part am I on? Part 17. That's my fucking main source of YouTube right now. Which I could maybe get away with that on a just chatting Halloween stream, because it is horrific to say the least.
Level 2 is going to be a tougher challenge to survive than the previous 2 levels. Here, the hallways are narrow, preventing direct escape from any entities that one may come across. Food and water are also much more sparse here, and the entities that reside here are some of the most dangerous of any known levels of the Backrooms.
Okay, tell me about them.
Include Smilers, Clumps,
I heard about Smilers, I think.
Death Moths, Bursters, Skin Stealers, and Insanities.
Fucking.
You need not know what these entities do, only that you must escape every
No, I want to know what they do.
as soon as they are spotted. Feel free to read about all of these entities on the wiki, though.
One of these days I might talk about, maybe when I'm done with like the entire series, I might sit down and
food and water,
talk about Chris Chan.
There is no consistent source of either on this level, with the only recurrent liquid being toxic, boiling hot tar that runs through the pipes. Areas of this level can also become extremely hot, with temperatures exceeding 43 degrees Celsius and higher. It is advised to stay away from these areas of immense
If only
heat,
Chris Chan just got
as
off
they
the
will
internet.
really teleport you to other, much more dangerous levels of the Backrooms. But if you need to pass, make it quick. Only by sheer luck and determination can you survive this floor long enough to find the entrance to Floor 3. Floor 3, called the Electrical Station, is also very dangerous. It contains a considerable amount of entities, most of which will kill you on sight. Resources are much more common on this floor though, and luxury items such as phones, granola bars, and almond water can be found here. It is also very important to keep your sanity on this level.
Because I know like there are like doors you can go through to get out. I don't know the basics of that story, but I know it gets bad. That documentary is like super well done, and there's like 47 parts, I think. No, my bad, 59. There's 59 parts, and the guy who makes this, Gino Samuel, he's not even like caught up all the way. Like the stuff that happened a few months ago with her and her mom, like I don't even think Gino's made like a part about that yet. But it's I don't even know how to like say, like, it's baffling. It's also so like, it's a train wreck. It's a fucking train wreck. I guess I'm talking about this now. It's a fucking train wreck, and it's one of those train wrecks you can just not stop watching. just because Chris Chan is like the most documented person in, like, I would feel the history of anything. The fact that you're able to make 59 parts to a documentary and they're all roughly 40 minutes long. They like average out to 40 minutes long, and there's just so much stuff because like Chris, sorry if I like because at the point of the documentary that I'm at, he's still going by Christian, and I guess it's not until later when Chris transitions into Christina, I believe, and that I'm not even going to talk about that, how much of a clusterfuck that was, but like it's hard to watch sometimes. I'm not even gonna lie, it is sometimes very hard to watch, and just like you almost want to feel bad for Chris, but then he'll go and do stuff and it's just like you just can't feel bad, because it's like a part of it is like these trolls are like pretty much abusing him, and then he'll just go and do stuff and just make it worse. If Christian just got off the internet, I feel like the majority of the problems that he had would be solved. Sorry, I don't know if saying he at this point is like wrong. I don't know necessarily how that works. I'm a little bit uneducated when it comes to that, just because like in the videos Christian is being referenced as a he, because at the time Christian was a he, and it's just also like Christian, I'll just say Christian from now on. Christian is just not a good person, like fundamentally, and I feel like it's just like Christian grew up in an environment where that was allowed. Like Christian, super homophobic. I use she, but it's weird talking retrospect. Yeah. Yeah, Christian, very homophobic. I would love to recommend. There's a lot of stuff in my life that I would love to recommend to people with. There's obviously very specific caveats. This is not an easy documentary to watch sometimes. Like, Gino does not pull, like, Gino will censor stuff, but there's still audio, and it goes to some weird places and very uncomfortable places, so it's very hard to recommend it. But yeah, back to the Backrooms.
Individuals with lower sanity and higher fear. Overall, I would recommend keeping your visit to this level brief. While the resources here are highly sought after and valuable, your chances of survival greatly decrease every second you spend on this level. To exit this level, you must locate an elevator on the left side of a wall. Entering the elevator will most likely take you to level 5, but can sometimes also take you to level 4.
I also know that, like, when it comes to the Backrooms,
break from the madness of the previous levels.
It
is mostly devoid of all
there's like some random door you can find that'll get you out of there.
But this floor is rich with resources.
Maybe he'll
Almond Water
talk about it. This video will talk about it.
You will not have to worry about food or water on this floor, as bottles of water and canned provisions are not sparse. People are going to be found most frequently on this floor, due to the richness of resources and the safety of the floor. Honestly, if I was in this situation, I would permanently reside here as an outpost. I would rather live the rest of my life in the safety of this floor, with other people, than to go alone to the deeper floors in hopes of escape. However, if you so choose to continue,
I guess if you make it to the 9th floor, you can get out.
Because it only gets harder from here.
I know there's like kind of different ways to get out.
Otherwise known as the
Terror Hotel?
Is a relatively easy floor to survive.
Oh.
Do not underestimate it though, as carelessness can result in a swift death.
It's called the Terror Hotel then.
Furnished as an early 20th century hotel, there are records of two main areas here, the main hall and the boiler room. There are supposedly some other undocumented areas as well. Furnishing and art decor are commonplace here, but don't get too comfortable, as there are still entities on this floor. Death moths reside here, which can quickly swarm and cause fatal damage.
Hold on. I need to look up what death moths are, because he's mentioned death moths a few times. Entities. Here we go. Death moths. Death moths are giant human-sized moths. Larger, more aggressive, able to spew acid. They're attracted to light. So those are death moths.
They're quite slow though.
They said, well, hold on.
Attracted to light.
Oh, okay. He's literally saying it says that they're based off of the Death's Head moth. So imagine these things, but human-sized. If I ever saw a human-sized bug, or human-sized anything that's not supposed to be human-sized. Oh, okay. It is the Silence of the Lambs moth. Okay, cool. Ooh, let's get off that image. Bye. I would, as Joel says sometimes, fart out my soul.
So as long as you stay out of light and are careful in avoiding them, it should not be too hard.
Yeah.
Food and water shouldn't be a problem with all the provisions you took from floor.
It's also like,
though if you are running low on resources, a trip back to the fourth.
Like if you ever like had to kill it, I don't.
There are rumors of.
Oh, Dead Meat did a video. I think it was one of the Silent Night, Deadly Night sequels where Screaming Mad George did a lot of bug stuff. Let's see. Mad George. I think it was Silent Night, Deadly Night. It had absolutely nothing to do with... Yeah, 4. Yeah, this thing. Did a lot of bug stuff in Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 4, which is kind of bizarre because it had absolutely nothing to do with the rest of that property. Yeah, then if you've ever seen Society, he did the effects for the end of that. And then there's another movie that I learned he did effects for that I can't remember. But I maybe want to rewatch it because I liked the movie. I was a Dead Meat video I think I was watching.
Which is described as a humanoid squid wearing formal suit and tie attire. Exiting this level is easy, as you can just get back in the elevator you came in from and proceed to the next levels.
Oh, okay. I feel like bugs after a certain size get kind of cute. Like a dog-sized beetle, adorable.
Widely considered by far the most dangerous level of all of the levels in the Backrooms. Few survive passing through this level.
I guess it depends what the beetle looks like.
End up here by accident.
Yeah.
Either
like if it's like a rhino beetle, is that what they're calling? I think I could deal with a rhino beetle. Maybe not dog. I think I can maybe be okay with a rhino beetle. Especially one that looks like this. I don't know how I feel about like the fuzzy underside or some like the fuzz on the bottom there. I can maybe deal with a dog-sized beetle.
This level is
I don't know if there's like much else I could deal with like dog size.
You are forever alone in this level.
Maybe like a stick bug. I can maybe deal with this dog-sized stick bug.
That means there are a few entities as well.
It took me a while to get used to it.
You will constantly need to remind yourself of where you are and who you are, and that you are merely passing through this place to get to your next destination.
Oh, is this like... Hold on, I want to go back through because...
As human contact is impossible. Luckily though, that means there are a few entities as well. The main danger of this level is your sanity.
No.
You will constantly need to remind yourself of where you are and who you are, and that you are merely passing through this place.
That stuff is the scariest to me.
Losing too much sanity on this level is very easy, and will either result in death within 48 hours of entering the room,
Oh.
or to you becoming an insanity, which are zombie-like creatures that are extremely dangerous, and are the result of humans losing their sanity completely within the back rooms. If you somehow manage to keep your wits on this level and wander long enough, it is reported that you will eventually just appear in level 7, with no recollection on how you got there in the first place. If you need a quick escape from this level, either due to an entity or from losing too much sanity, fall flat on the ground. You have a high chance of clipping through the ground, and you will end up in level 6.1, which is a completely safe level filled with snacks and provisions.
Okay.
People often go to level 6 as a more convenient way to get to level 6.1.
That's the stuff that like scares me, is like mind stuff, like losing who you are. So I think like dementia and Alzheimer's is horrifying.
Room filled with only a thin layer of water. Entering one of the doors in this room will show that gravity has indeed been flipped, and upon
Yeah.
entering the room, the subject will be turned around 90 degrees.
Oh, you remember who you are? Here's some almond water.
It is not advised to enter the water of the rooms if possible, due to risk of hypothermia and undiscovered entities. Oh, I almost forgot to mention, the thing on level 7, which is believed to have killed every other human and entity on the floor. You might want to avoid that.
A water monster? So the amnesia water monster?
Running low on food and water. Luckily, water is in fresh supply on this level, but you're going to have to hold out until the next level or meet some traders to acquire more food. Exploration of the level is also extremely difficult, and it is only rumored that the entrance to level 8 is within a cave contained in the faraway rooms of the entrance point. There is also rumored to be a cult that lives on this floor that prays to the Thing. If you accept their offer and become one of them, they will give you unlimited food and water and will give you free shelter. However, if you decline, they will still donate you food and water and let you live with them. But if you're not careful, they will drug you in your sleep and feed you to the Thing.
Oh.
It is generally advised that unless you want to become a member of the cult, to steer clear of them. If you are somehow still alive at this point, and manage to locate the entrance to level 8, you are a very strong-willed and lucky individual.
Kind of interesting that there's a cult cave system.
On level 8 is to either clip into another random level, or to clip to the exit of the backrooms. There is nothing here, and it is just a vast, seemingly endless cave system that houses many hostile entities. Spiders rule this land.
Yeah, caves are spooky. Like, caves are another fear of mine. Like spelunking? No, thank you.
My advice to survive this lair would be to avoid any and all entities you come across, and try at every opportunity.
I can't help but think of that, that one guy who got stuck in like a super narrow passage and died because I couldn't get him out. There's like a whole story behind it. I always think about that story when I think about caves and spelunking. It just gives me like a fear.
Floors after floor 8 are not officially documented, and as such cannot be described accurately. These floors are known as the quantum unstable floors. There are also secondary floors to the main 8.
Drinking so much coffee today, I'm still yawning.
The End and the Hive. The End is a fake floor that makes users think they have escaped to the back rooms. That fact is false, and in reality,
yeah, it's rough. Been in one once and never again. Yeah, as I said, I grew up in Missouri, and there's a... Oh, I wish I could remember the town, but they have like the... I think it's like... It's the caves that were in the Tom Sawyer books. And I went in that cave as a field trip one time. And there's a part where you're like super deep in the cave system. It's like a guided tour, so they know where they're going, and you can't like go off any of the paths. And they turn off the lights at one point, and you cannot see your hand in front of your face. And it's like, yep, no thank you. And that's it. That is the only time I've been in a cave.
Floor, negative floor, or an entity is summoned in the same room as the subject.
I'm actually going to try to look up the... Hannibal, Missouri. That's what it's called.
Is an endless maze of caverns and caves where fleshy, inanimate tentacles cover every surface.
Mm.
And it has been reported that this is the origin place of most of the entities. From this, we can assume that the entities
Lovely.
in the backrooms reproduce somehow, which signals danger for all inhabitants of the dimension. Due to this fact, it is also the floor with the highest documented number of entities, making it a very dangerous floor to be on. It can be entered either from level 6 or from level 8, and can be left through a
I think there's only one exit, yeah.
point.
Especially like in an unfamiliar place.
There's doors on either side that lead to each level of the backrooms.
Just because you can be lost so easily.
Enter levels 1, 2, and 3 from the hub. As far as we know, entities cannot enter the hub, making it a place dense with people and traders. It can also easily be accessed through level 1 by following a specific set of directions that lead to a door. Opening the door will lead to the hub, and will grant you at least some guarantee of safety in this place. This is another location I would recommend staying if you wish to wait it out in the backrooms, rather than look for immediate escape. Food and water will be plentiful here, and it grants easy access to the other levels of the backrooms to gain more provisions and resources. So, we know all the info on all of the levels of the backrooms. How would you survive?
I don't fucking know, man.
I would personally reside permanently in either floor 4 or in the hub, just due to the guarantee of safety and security you can achieve on that floor. I would not recommend going any further than floor 4, as there is really no reason to, and it would only lead to a near certain demise.
Yeah, I probably agree with the floor 4 thing. Actually, I can just do this here. I wonder if there's like any backroom games. Free edition. Let's see here. Backrooms games DLC, we can support it. If I got far enough, I want to join the water floor cult. It seems like they're having a good time in there. It's not a bad gig. You might have to sacrifice some people every now and then, which is the only thing I'd be like... The only thing I'd be apprehensive about. See, it seems like a lot... So yeah, this was made in 2019. This might have been like before the lore expanded. Some mental breakdown from auditory hallucinations. Yeah, like I want like entities and like multiple floors to the back room. What is this? This was made in 2021. Does this have like multiple floors? This does. It's very positive as well. This would be kind of cool to check out. Yeah, this is kind of what I wanted from a backrooms game. Super cheap too. It's like $3. I have to check that out one day. Let's see. We might have enough time for like one more video. I got about like 12 minutes left before I'm gonna head out. The Shy Guy. The Shy Guy's kind of interesting to me. Let's watch this. Why not?
When an anomaly is first detected by an SCP Foundation field agent, it's up to the Foundation's mobile task forces to tag and bag the impossible entities before they can do.
So this was like this has been my first
any more harm.
Just chatting stream, and I gotta say these are quite fun to do. I can actually like focus and talk to people.
Especially when they're dealing with brutal forces of nature, like SCP-096. Also known as the Shy Guy, a creature that, from the very first interaction with the Foundation, had a reputation for being dangerous and needed to be feared.
Because I feel like when I play video games, it's very hard for me to recall stuff because I'm like focusing on so many things at once. But this has been kind of nice and relaxing. We got into some few tangents, but I'm totally okay with that.
Two retrieval teams, Zulu 9A.
I'm gonna have a cursed meal stream next month.
To secure and contain the entity. Zulu 9A took the lead in a heavy-duty chopper,
excited for that.
equipped with 50 caliber GAU-19 heavy machine guns, and carrying an AT-4 anti-tank launcher. They were prepared for anything, or so they thought, as they established a visual on SCP-096 while 2 clicks away from the target. They couldn't get a clear line of sight on the creature, but it appeared to be stationary, docile, and was making no attempt to flee. Piece of cake, right? Little did they know that SCP-096 was just looking away from them. If it was facing towards them, it'd be a whole different horror story, as Zulu 9A were about to find out. The team landed their helicopter next to the creature and were shocked to see that it was completely naked, in spite of the sub-zero temperatures all around them. The creature was unnaturally thin, as though it had been starved for weeks, with bone-white skin and unnaturally long limbs. The team guessed that the creature's arms must have been at least 1.5 meters long, but its docile nature and insubstantial body mass gave the impression that
Wait for it to look at them.
too difficult to contain. That is, until they saw its face. Zulu 9A's captain was the lone survivor of the incident, as he was lucky enough to be looking away when the creature turned towards his team. The rest of the squad ended up staring.
They might talk about it, but I'm pretty sure with this SCP, like, even if you look at a picture of it,
wasn't docile anymore. The creature began to whimper, then cry, then sob uncontrollably in a way that sounded eerily human.
yeah, even if you look at a picture of this thing, it'll start to come after you.
The rest of Zulu 9A, and they opened fire on the creature. Under the hail of gunfire, SCP-096 entered a murderous frenzy and began tearing into the hapless squad of soldiers. While its flesh and organs did seem to take damage as a result of the barrage of 50 caliber rounds from the helicopter-mounted machine guns, its skeletal structure remained intact, and it continued its onslaught.
Does anyone know if they're still working on that Unity remake? No, I think if you gave him a hug, he'd probably rip you apart.
The anti-tank launcher proved equally ineffective at stopping SCP-096 while it was in attack mode. And it was only after slaughtering the entire team that it returned to its docile state. Nobody knows exactly what the creature did to Zulu 9A after the
I don't know if I finished the thought. If anyone knows, they're still working on that Unity remake of SCP Containment Breach.
Zulu 9B touched down soon after, and with a grave warning from the captain not to look at the creature's face, they were finally able to subdue it. A bag was placed over SCP-096's face, which seemed to soothe it enough to move it to a nearby Foundation facility. Little did they know, they just obtained one of the deadliest SCPs of all time. And while it may have been under lock and key for now, it seemed inevitable that it would get out and cause more violence and chaos. Research and containment procedures for the SCP-096 were put under the command of Dr. Dan, a senior researcher at the site. It was his job to find out exactly what this being was capable of. The more he tested, the more he realized that they were dealing with something truly terrifying. Disposable D-Class personnel were used to figure out exactly what it was that caused the creature to enter its attack mode. Just as it had during the initial retrieval mission, SCP-096 went berserk when any of the attending personnel saw its face. In this stage, it would enter a period of considerable and unstoppable distress for 1 to 2 minutes, covering its face and wailing loudly. When the period of distress ended, the creature would mercilessly slaughter every D-Class that had seen its face, and just like with Zulu 9A, no trace of their bodies would be left behind. Dr. Den was horrified and intrigued by this phenomenon. The creature killed.
It's kind of unfortunate that I very much enjoyed my vacation. I kind of wish I utilized October a little bit better, but the way when I started planning stuff, it was like towards the beginning of October, and CG made all the amazing art.
When people saw pictures and videos of SCP-096's face, the creature seemed to have an innate sense of when people were viewing these representations.
And it was originally just supposed to be next week. It was a reboot week. And then I decided to expand it a little bit more.
The attack mode would still activate, and once it did,
which I'm glad it did.
It seemed as though nothing could stop the creature from hunting down the one who saw its face. With all of this new data, special containment procedures were devised to keep the creature safely under lock and key. Its cell was a 5 meter by 5 meter by 5 meter airtight steel cube, fitted with advanced pressure sensors and laser detectors to ensure that SCP-096 remained in its cell without risking anyone having visual contact with the creature's face. All cameras and video equipment were strictly forbidden, and weekly checks for any cracks or holes in the containment cell were mandatory. Of course, none of this would stop the creature if anyone somehow saw its face. In order to solve that little problem, Dr. Dan would need to continue his research. To find a method of subverting the creature's deadly glance, they needed to know exactly what they were dealing with. But how could they, when even a glance at a photo or video of the being meant certain death? A potential solution was proposed, creating an artistic representation of the creature's face, something that hadn't yet been attempted. But how would they achieve such a feat? Simple. They'd procure a D-class prisoner with some artistic talent, and they found one who had been a tattoo artist before becoming a Foundation guinea pig.
Uh-oh.
Dr. Dan formulated an ingenious plan for keeping this D-class alive for long enough to accurately draw an image of SCP-096's face. He would be placed in a bathysphere diving bell several kilometers underwater and tens of kilometers away from the containment cell where the SCP was being held. The D-class was made to look at a photograph of the creature's face and then replicate that image in a pencil sketch. Dr. Dan first confirmed that the creature's attack mode is only activated by the creature's face, by having the D-class look at a series of photos of the SCP's body parts, one by one, finally finishing with its face. The D-class began drawing and even remarked on how creepy the SCP's facial features were, despite not knowing the deadly context. Meanwhile, back in its containment cell, SCP-096
That's so bizarre. It's like that's a really cool concept. Like this SCP I really like.
Followed by its attack mode. It broke out of containment easily and began making a beeline for the D-class, traversing the miles between it and its prey. The D-class didn't know it, as he locked the finished drawing into a separate, autonomous submersible, but he was already dead. As the drawing made its way up to a researcher on the surface, SCP-096 dived into the water and started swimming down towards the artist. Minutes later, the bathysphere was breached, and the D-class was torn to shreds. SCP-096 was recaptured without issue by Surface Recovery Team Foxtrot 303A, and further testing on the drawing showed that artistic representations of SCP-096's face were in fact harmless. From this experience, we now know that the creature has a gaunt face with totally white eyes, possibly indicating blindness and a grossly extended jaw. Nevertheless, Dr. Dan was adamant that SCP-096 was too dangerous to be left alive, and requested permission from the upper echelons of the Foundation to terminate the creature by any means necessary. However, the doctor's request would fall on deaf ears, until it all started with a seemingly innocent image. While it's now been redacted for your safety, the black speck inside the yellow circle was once a minuscule image of SCP-096, taken unknowingly in the 1990s by a semi-professional mountaineer. One day they were looking at old photographs when his eyes passed over the tiny speck without even noticing that he had seen anything. But SCP-096 noticed and began entering its attack mode. It tore through its steel containment unit like tissue paper, causing the release of a nerve agent that killed a number of attending Foundation staff. The monster then fled the base and began pursuing its prey, with Mobile Task Force Tau-1 in hot pursuit. Dr. Alexei, who was helping to manage the site where the SCP was contained, was in dismay over the situation.
Sorry, I'm just like so engrossed
at the time, trying to discover
in
more
this
about the
SCP.
creature's origins. However, he did leave the Mobile Task Force with a new secret weapon against the rampaging Shy Guy: Project Scramble. Scramble were state-of-the-art goggles featuring a new technology created by Dr. Dan, which, using artistic renditions of 096's facial features, could detect and scramble the features of SCP-096 into an unrecognizable form, preventing the normally deadly effect of gazing upon its face. In theory, this would allow MTF Tau-1 to engage safely with 096 once its prey had been eliminated and bring it back into containment. But disaster struck on two fronts. First, the prey in question was located in a population center, creating the potential for a huge loss of life. And the second bigger problem was that the scramble technology didn't work, as stray pixels of the creature's face would reach the eyes of the task force before the internal microprocessor had time to scramble them. The mission turned into a death sentence,
Big yikes.
as SCP-096 slaughtered almost the entire task force, as well as a number of civilians in town, including an infant and its entire family. It was a monumental disaster, made even worse by a final revelation. Dr. Dan and Dr. Alexei had themselves facilitated the entire containment breach and allowed the resulting massacre to happen, with Dr. Dan hoping it would be enough motivation for Foundation Command to greenlight his research into destroying the creature. Anything that would give him the opportunity to kill this thing would be worth the bloodshed. His plan worked, and the SCP Foundation saw it his way, approving his request to neutralize
So it was like the opposite of
SCP-096. However,
the statue one?
success comes at a cost for Dr. Dan. Once he figures
Or
out
if you
a
look
way
away
to
from it, it
finally
kills
kill
you.
the creature, though done in his line of duty, he himself will be terminated by the Foundation for his crimes against humanity. But considering how much damage SCP-096 is capable of causing if it ever got to a major population center, or even worse, was ever caught on camera and broadcast to a worldwide audience, the Doctor himself would likely deem his own death a justifiable cost. To this day, the Foundation is researching ways to kill the creature, and they're still looking for their silver bullet. And the pressure is on. They hadn't known about the seemingly innocent picture that sparked the last containment breach, the one taken decades ago, in which the Shy Guy had only occupied 4 tiny pixels. 4 tiny pixels that resulted in multiple innocent lives lost. So be careful where you look, because who knows how many other photos of the creature are lurking out there. Photos with an innocent dot in the background. Your eyes glance over it, not even noticing the little blip, until you hear a distant wailing that seems to be getting closer and closer and closer, and then it's already too late.
I feel like this is like how you make like an unstoppable monster cool. Ooh. Sorry, I gotta stretch here. Oh, there's even like a little short film. Unfortunately, I don't have time to watch it, but because I gotta go. Wonder how he'd react to a mirror. That's actually that'd be a really cool concept if they ever explored that. Maybe that's how you kill it, or maybe it can't kill itself, so it's just like constantly attacking itself, so it never moves on to another target. That'd be an interesting experiment, though. Somebody would have to write that, and that might be a like an end to that SCP. Oh, here we go. Questions answered.
This video is about 2 things. The first is SCP-096, also known as the Shy Guy, a horrific monster who murders anyone and anything unfortunate enough.
Well, this is a video if anyone else wants to watch it. It's on SCP Explained Stories and Animation, this channel here, and it's called this. But yeah, I have to go now. I have to go make dinner. And I want to take my dog for a walk before it gets too dark. Who knows? It might already be dark. It gets dark really early up here. But yeah, thanks everyone for stopping by. I appreciate it. I will be back tomorrow, same time. Hopefully I'll be streaming a little bit longer tomorrow since I got a little bit more stuff to check out. Hopefully it'll be my first 3-hour stream since reboot. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, this was super fun. I'll just chatting is for sure going to stick around. And I'm super excited for next week's. Next week's we're going to be checking out the Walton Files and other spooky internet videos. And the cool thing about Walton Files is actually he just, or the person who makes it, actually just released a new teaser. So hopefully maybe that'll be out if there's a date on this. Yeah, I don't know if there's a date on this, but hopefully it'll be out by the time we do that just chatting. So we'll check out Walton Files and maybe some other things, and if we have time. So yeah, I'm gonna head off now. I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I hope to see you all here tomorrow. Have a good night, everybody. Bye-bye.